Desert safari in Dubai. Is it really worth it?
Watching Burj Khalifa New Year fireworks. Is it really that simple?
Let's find out.
So, desert safari in Dubai. Now, this activity typically, no matter where you book it from, will include certain aspects to it. It would most likely include your round trip transfers from your hotel and bringing you back. It will include dune bashing. Desert safari also includes an dinner package typically. It would be a dinner spread and some fire shows while you are having that dinner. And there are some optional activities as well. You can look into quad biking, that's completely optional, usually not provided as a part of the package, right? So this is what it typically comprises of, and the average cost comes around anywhere between 2500 to 3000. That's the average cost. I mean, obviously it depends on what type of operator you're booking it from, which platform are you going to book these experiences. So what exactly went wrong on this one, or what really happened on this, right? So let's get to know about that.
This activity started at 2 p.m. and ended at 10 p.m. This is the time slot that is mentioned on the website, or that is what is informed to you. But the pickup person who was supposed to pick up from our hotel at 2 p.m., he was late because the other family that we were paired up with, they were late. So the journey started at around 2:30, 3 p.m. and the to and fro, it was around 2.5 to 3 hours, just like two, and then to come back from the desert safari it took another 3 hours. So you should keep that in mind. If that activity is from 2 to 10 p.m., then this is the time you're going to spend just traveling to the desert spot and coming back from there. So we start the journey at 2:30 and we reached desert at around 5:30, 5:45. And here comes the most disappointing part. So we reach there by 5:45 and we are waiting there so that the people take us to the desert, because you're not just allowed to, like, okay, you have reached and you just walk and go to the desert. No. You have to wait for the people to take you in the vehicle to the desert for the dune bashing. Okay, so we were good with that. We were waiting for that. And then they started convincing us to do the quad bike activity. And we were like, no, we are not interested in quad bikes. We just want to have fun in the dune bashing and just enjoy the sunset on the desert and just take some pictures, and that's all. But then the guy who was managing us, he said that the other family who came with us, they have decided to do the quad bike thing, and hence we have to wait for them to finish the quad bike activity and then we'll be taken for the dune bashing thing. Which was kind of not fair, because we did not come with that family. We did not book the package with that family. They were paired with us by MMT or by the people who were managing this entire desert safari thing, but it was not our choice to be paired up with them. So then why should we wait for them to finish the quad bike thing? And the sun was already setting. So basically we were left to do nothing, and we were just waiting there, standing, just looking at the sunset already setting. I mean, the sun was already setting and we're just waiting. So we're getting very annoyed. We tried complaining, we tried calling that we want to go to the desert and start our dune bashing, but that was just not happening. And finally that started at around 6 or 6:30. I mean, the sun was already set.
There was barely any glimpse of light left in the sky. That's when our driver came. Finally, that family completed the quad biking activity or whatever. They came in. We switched to a 4x4 vehicle that is more suited to do that dune bashing activity in desert. And we did start it pretty late, right? And as we were going, when it started, it was fun. Right? It was fun when it started. The bashing part was fun. Various textures, the desert, the car goes all the way, and it was fun, right? But see, the point was, you are dune bashing, so obviously at some point you would be expected that okay, my car will stop now, I will get out and take some beautiful pictures in the desert, right?
And then we just got out of the car, and by the time he was talking to his other colleague who was facing some problem on the desert, we took some pictures which were nice.
Yeah. That 15 to 20 minutes on the desert, it was very breezy, it was nice, it was soothing. We just wish that we would have actually had that experience at sunset, not after the sun was already set.
And then comes another dreadful part. So now the sun has already set. Now we are expected to have dinner. So what will you think? That the dinner setup is somewhere there, nearby? No. So after the dune bashing, we continued in the same car, and he took us somewhere which was like 45 minutes, an hour away, and that was our dinner spot. So desert safari is somewhere. Dinner spot is again 45 minutes, 1 hour far away. And then finally things started to get better because the area where we were having the dinner spread, that was pretty nice. It was well lit. There were performances happening, belly dancing, fire shows, like a very nice spread of dinner, and a lot of good vegetarian and non-vegetarian options.
Yes.
So that part was actually nice. That's that. And then comes another sad part. We have to come back to the hotel, and that took another 2.5 hours to reach, and we reached the hotel back like around 10:30, or I think 10:45, 11.
Close to 11, yeah.
Close to 11, and the day was kind of over. So basically we spent the entire day traveling from here to there, and not like after traveling there was a like great experience that we were like, it felt like worth traveling so much. It didn't feel like that. We felt like we traveled so much, it was not really worth it. Maybe we could have done something else that day. Okay. So before moving on to talk about our best experience in Dubai and the most anticipated one, let's talk a little bit about our favorite hangout spot in Dubai, which we frequently visited. Like in our 5-night stay, we I think went there like 3 times maybe to spend some time, to get some coffee, and we would want everyone to visit this place if you are going to Dubai. So we are talking about Al-Seef. So Al-Seef is a waterfront marketplace. It sits along the Dubai Creek. So it has a very traditional architecture, like very old. It's like old Dubai buildings, but it's a very vibrant place. Like a lot of cafes, a lot of restaurants. It has a salon. It has stays. So it's basically a very touristy place.
Yeah. So we did know about this place, but we had no idea that it would be so frequented by us during our such a short stay span that we had in Dubai. So it all started because of the fact that our first stay in Dubai was in Old Dubai, was very close to Old Dubai. Okay, so and
So basically, I use Instagram a lot, and I was very fascinated by the Starbucks, which was all over the place. There's this Starbucks in Dubai, looks very old. It has a very rustic look, and it's very famous. So I went there. I convinced Nikhil that let's go to the Starbucks. And we went there, and we were fascinated by the place, like the entire place, and not just Starbucks. Like if you leave Starbucks aside, the entire place is very nice. It has a lot of cafes. So if you go there, you will see that Starbucks is very crowded. A lot of people just standing there and taking pictures. But other than Starbucks, there are so many cafes which are so pretty. There are so many markets and spices all around, fragrances all around. It's just nice to just be there, and you just feel like you are on a vacation.
yeah. So this place Al-Seef in Old Dubai holds the very essence of what Old Dubai actually means. What I mean by that is, this place, if you go right, it is kind of dichromatic. It is just blue and beige. All the buildings are not over 1 or 2 floors. They are all beige. And against that contrast, you have the clear blue skies that you can see. Hence the contrast. And it's a beautiful one at that.
And so here is the Dubai Creek. Here is Al-Seef, and on the other side of this water channel is the souk, which you will hear about, the gold souks, the spice souk.
Right.
So if you're in Al-Seef, from there you just have to take a ferry, which is for a very minimal amount.
Very minimal amount.
I don't remember. So you just have to stand in the line and just get the ticket, cross the water body, and on the other side you have the gold souk and a lot of souks, different kinds of souks. There's a market for utensils, there's a market just for aromas, and there's just market just for spices, and an entire market of just jewelry of gold, of silver, of diamonds. So like you can just get a lot of experience if you just go to this place. One side you have cafes, restaurants, markets, and all the people who are in vacation just walking around and enjoying and chilling, and you just cross the ferry and take a ferry, cross that water body, and on the other side you have so many markets where you can just spend a lot of time just walking around in this area, and it will be a good experience.
So the souks itself, they are divided to lanes. So if you go to one lane, it will be just for gold. The other lane might be just for silver. The other lane might be just for utensils. Then there is another lane that might be just for spices. So they have different souk lanes or market lanes, and that is the entire area of souks. If you want to dedicatedly, have the entire experience of the souk, you might need to dedicate some more time, because it's not a small place. It has so many things, so many shops, that it could practically take you an entire day just to go through all the souks, even if you don't buy anything. Even if you're just doing window shopping, it'll take you some good time if you want to experience all the souks that are out there. Right?
Yep, so that is our recommendation from our side. And before we even checked out from our hotel in near Old Dubai, we made sure that we visit Al-Seef one last time before we head to downtown, to our stay in downtown. So that's how much we liked it. And if you are visiting Old Dubai or Dubai, just make sure you spend half a day in Al-Seef and the souks.
So now let's talk about our best and the most anticipated experience, and also one of the reasons why we decided to book a trip to Dubai in the extremely pricey season of New Year's, which was to enjoy the Burj Khalifa fireworks, the most talked about event when it comes to New Year celebrations. So that was one of the things that we really wanted to do. So let's get into it. So there are only a handful of ways in which you can actually enjoy the Burj Khalifa fireworks. So the first one is the pass, the New Year's pass by Emirates. So if you're not aware, most of the entities, the most famous entities that you are aware in Dubai, which strikes your mind the very first time that you hear Dubai: Burj Khalifa, the Dubai Mall, the Dubai Aquarium, right? All the experiences that comes along with it, and the New Year fireworks. These are all controlled by one entity, which is Emirates. Okay. Now, Emirates is the one who has a license to roll out New Year's passes. So what happens is, if you have Burj Khalifa right here, now around Burj Khalifa you would have various arenas. Arena number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on and so forth. So these would be designated arena that would be built to cater to the public demands of them being able to enjoy the Burj Khalifa fireworks when the clock strikes midnight, right? And Emirates rolls out these passes. To our surprise, all the passes were already sold out 4 months in advance. So clearly, the public in general who were, let's say, more aware about this or were well informed than we were, already booked the passes well in advance. I don't know, 6 months, 7 months, 8 months in advance. Maybe at the start of the year, they are booking passes for the New Year's in Burj Khalifa. And that's how it goes. So the passes were sold out. So that option is out. If you want to book, maybe you want to consider, if you have 7-8 months in advance, you can book it. The other options, if you are already out of passes, was to find out restaurants or cafes, since there are a lot of restaurants and cafes, specifically in the fountain area where you have the fireworks and the Dubai fountain show. So it is surrounded with cafes. So that's the other option. You can try to strike a deal with one of these cafes, go to their Instagram pages or their websites or whatever way they are hosting their reservations on, and try to get a place for yourself, right? And they would be crazy pricey. Okay, they would charge you a lot. and because they know they are very well high in demand. As it is, they are at a very scenic place, they are surrounding Burj Khalifa, and that too at New Year's, they are going to charge you a lot.
Why did we try searching for the passes and try searching for restaurants which are facing Burj Khalifa? The reason is, if you want to see the fireworks, you have to be in downtown.
Right.
Correct. And on New Year's Eve, so basically on 31st of December, the metro that is there in Dubai from different locations to downtown, that stops by 2 p.m. or 2:30 p.m. max, so that they can maintain the crowd and maintain the exclusivity of that place. So only if you have the pass, or if you have a stay, or if you have a restaurant reservation, only then you can be in that specific location
In downtown. Yeah.
And by chance, if you don't have a pass, you don't have anything to do, and you are in downtown like after 4 p.m., then you won't be able to go back to your stay or to your location, because the metro services will be stopped, the cabs will not be going. So, and then again, you have to wait till 12:31 2 p.m. 2 a.m. for the services to start again. So that is the reason it's so important to get either a pass or a restaurant reservation or a stay in downtown if you want to be in downtown and you want to enjoy the fireworks. So finally, we thought that why not, like, we can just book a stay right in downtown which has a balcony or it's facing Burj Khalifa, and that will be easy. We just have to pay for the room and we'll just be able to enjoy the firework. But there was a catch.
So if you are booking a stay in downtown, any of the hotels that are there in downtown, in either Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve, either of these 2 days, 99.9% of the hotels are going to mandate you into paying a fee for their gala dinner. That's their way of ascertaining that their value of being in such a prime location is not diminished, and not everyone can just walk in.
So it's not like a rule that all the hotels will have, but mostly we called a lot of hotels to check that if they have gala dinners. So some of them have, some of them don't have. Even if they don't have a view of Burj Khalifa, still they can charge a hefty price for the gala dinner.
So okay, we were finally down to our last option. We thought that, you know what, it is what it is. Let's just at least get a stay in downtown and then figure out the rest of it. So we talked to our agent who was customizing the package for us for Dubai, and after a lot of research we came across this 5-star hotel called Rami Dream Downtown Hotel, and it had various types of suites and rooms in it, one of which was Burj Khalifa facing, a king size room with a balcony. So this particular aspect of the hotel piqued our interest. So we thought that okay, there is a hotel who is willing to give us a room with a proper luxury room, and it has a balcony which has a clear shot of Burj Khalifa. So we thought that okay, let's go ahead with it, and we did tell our agent to book it. So when we booked it and we got our final PDF of our booking, there was this one line written that gala dinner prices needs to be paid at the hotel when you check in. So we started researching, and in fact we called the hotel reception twice right here when we were in India. We called them twice before our trip and asked that, hey, do you have a mandate of gala dinner for the New Year's? Because you know what, we have already booked a room at your place, and it's a pretty luxurious one. We have already booked a suite that has a balcony facing Burj Khalifa. Do we really need to pay for the gala dinner? We're just trying to understand our options, and both the time the answers was yes sir, and their quotations were 1200 dirhams, 1400 dirhams. That's where it starts, which loosely transcends to basically you'd be paying for one night of festivities or one dinner in a hotel anywhere between 35,000 to 40,000 INR. That's what per person. Yeah, that was too much. But that was a little too much. We were not expecting this, but we were so far into the process of booking this entire trip and planning it up that we kind of went along with it. There was no turning back now. So we made sure that we have enough funds while we were traveling to Dubai, that at the last day when we do check in and they ask for the gala dinner fees to be paid, we'll have to pay it, and we'll do it. It's fine. So we went to Dubai with a clear head. We enjoyed a lot in the first 4 days. We had very nice experiences, and finally when we made it to the downtown, here is when the magic starts to unfold. So at the check-in place, we were waiting. I think there was a rush. There was a good amount of tourists and folks that were trying to get themselves checked in. We reached, I think, a little bit earlier. I think maybe 30 minutes before the actual check-in time. We reached there. We waited in the check-in area, and when our turn came in, they asked us for our passports and the IDs, and yeah, that's pretty standard stuff. And just when we were getting ready, that okay, here comes the dreaded question or the ask or the demand for us to whip out our credit card or cash and then pay the mandatory fee for gala dinner, what we got was our room key, and they said that's it. So for a while we didn't really know what just happened, but we kind of went along with it. So we were escorted to the elevators, then to our room, which was on the second highest floor. It was on 17th floor. I think the highest, one more floor above that, above us was the 18th floor. We got our room in the 1700 series, which was on the 17th floor, second highest floor in the hotel, and we got ourselves checked into the room, and we saw the room, and by God, it was gorgeous. It was a proper luxury suite, and the moment that we have been waiting for, we immediately rushed into the room. To the end of it, we kind of opened the curtains and the balcony door to see if it's actually true. Are we having an uninterrupted view of Burj Khalifa? And yes, there it was. Burj Khalifa right in front of us, uninterrupted, no view hindered whatsoever. So we had a sigh of relief that somehow we just made a reservation. So here's what has happened. We just made a reservation at a hotel in downtown, which had a view of Burj Khalifa from our balcony, from our room, in our own privacy. And that's all. Then came the cherry on top of the cake when we saw that even the display, which gives some crazy visuals and editing when the New Year's actually happens, that was also facing our room. So we were very excited. So when it started, our rooms had adjacent other rooms as well. So we could hear that other guests had also come onto their balcony and they've started hooting when the display came up.
The countdown started.
The countdown is about to start, so everyone is all pumped up and hooting and shouting. And that's when I think the countdown started. And as you can see on your screen now, I mean, those were some crazy fireworks, and yeah. Alright, so that's a wrap for our Dubai vlog series. Hope you enjoyed it. We have some previous videos as well, so the link to which you should be able to see on your screen very soon. And yeah, if you like this content, if you liked our channel, please share and subscribe. Share this content with your friends and family, and see you soon.
Yep, and if you have any questions related to this entire trip, then you can drop the comments and we'll get back to you with whatever we can help you with. And we are planning our next trip soon, so hopefully we will be able to share the details of that with you as soon as possible. So stay tuned. Bye bye.
Bye bye.